the One True Thing.
Yeah.
Now, how does that happen? Is they hear the song and they think that would fit in, or they let you see the movie and say, could you come up with something?
Well, this was very curious because Meryl Streep called me herself. I mean, and of course, when Meryl calls, you pick up the phone.
Yeah.
And she called and she said, we'd like to use some of your music in our film. And is that all right? And I said, yes, by all means, Meryl. And when the movie was over, because they had used my movie in the body of the picture, they called me and said, we have a song, and we'd like you to do the end credit song because it ties it all up. So they gave me the song, and I thought, this is a hell... Oh, I smell a wind beneath my wings.
Yeah.
And I said, absolutely. And it was David Foster and Carole King and Carol Bayer Sager who wrote it, and they did a great job on it. And it's a very, very moving piece of music.
Have you seen the film?
I did see the movie.
What did you think about that?
I thought, she's better than me.
Don't feel bad, she's better than everyone. She is. She's amazing in it.
She's
truly
amazing. Well, you know, it's a very moving story. It's about a young girl who always disdained her mother and the choice that her mother made. The mother is a real mom. Right. She cooks, she bakes, she sews, she patches, she makes a beautiful house, she trims the tree, she's in the community. And I remember when those kinds of moms became kind of, people were contemptuous of them. It happened in the middle 60s when the feminine mystique came out and everyone said, you're just a housewife. Right. Not realizing that just being a mom is a big, big deal. So Renee Zellweger plays the girl, and Meryl is the mom, and Meryl gets cancer. And Renee has to nurse her because the father is incapable. And she learns to respect the choice that her mother made, and it's so moving.
Yes, it makes you pull your eyes out.
Of course, like, you know me, everything is just that close to the surface with me. Anyway.
The reviews of Death Becomes Her spoke of two forces of nature. You're one of them. Who's the other?
Meryl Streep.
Okay, what's it like to work with Meryl?
Oh, Meryl's the best.
Why?
Meryl is, well, I'll tell you. Meryl stays very strong in her character. Off, she's great. I mean, she's a good girlfriend, but, I mean, she is really focus, focus, focus. This girl really, you know, gives the ball back. She's right there, she's present. But she's a bit of a mystery, because you're not always sure what you're going to get. Which is great for me, because I like surprises.
Mean once the camera...
We all have limitations. I mean, most of us have limitations. Meryl Streep has no limitations. She's a freak. No, she's a Martian. Meryl's a Martian. I'm a Martianette. So...
Charlie's Angels was like the most successful television show at the time.
Yeah.
They cast Kate Jackson in Meryl Streep's part.
You're kidding.
The studio would not let her out. So then they went back and looked at the list, and I had kept saying this actress Meryl Streep, because I had seen her, and actors hear about other actors before anyone else does. And finally they saw her, and she came in, and after she left, there was some controversy, because one of the people there, producer, whatever, said, first of all, what is her name, Meryl? What, Meryl? I said, no, it's Meryl. She said, first of all, she never opened her mouth. She didn't say a word. She just sat there. She had a boyfriend who had recently died, and it was John Cazale, a wonderful actor. He had been in Dog Day Afternoon with Pacino. I mean, and they, you know, and they had done a film together. And she was literally still in a state of mourning. And I did say to Benton, and he said to me, you know, because Ann once made the comment, there's always a perfect time to cast, sometimes to cast a person. And it was the perfect time. Not only did I know she was a brilliant actress, but it was a moment in her life when emotionally...
She could draw on that pain
and
really give a good performance.
And you just knew it. And she, you know, Benton was very collaborative. It was very similar to working on the film that I'm here to hustle.
Last Chance Harvey?
Yes, Last Chance Harvey. Because he was the writer-director, and he allowed us to help write, and which we did. I worked with him in a room for about 3 months, and when Meryl came in, she asked him if she could write her own courtroom stuff, and he agreed, and that's all her own stuff.
Wow.
But yes, she's a brilliant actress.
She sure is. I hope to get her on the show one day.
I'll make a phone call.
All right, I was going to say,
you'll
talk.
Can't refuse.
I like that.
Since you're an Oscar winner, does it take the pressure off when you're nominated for an Emmy?
Oh, no, not really. I remember a few years ago, I was nominated for Best Supporting for About Schmidt, and Meryl Streep was nominated that year, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, I think, won. And then we went to commercial, and Meryl sailed by, and she said, "We're going to the bar." And so I followed her in the bar. We were both in these evening gowns, and she sailed up to the bar, and she slammed her evening bag down, and she said, "I'll have a vodka." And I slammed my evening bag down, and I said, "I'll have whatever she's having." It was a very, you know, Betty Davis, Joan Crawford moment. It kind of took the sting out of it.
How great, sitting there having a vodka with Meryl Streep, and just the two of you just commiserating.
Well, it was, when we looked into each other's eyes, it was like, oh, we lost, you know? And I would have killed you to one, too,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, man.
A year, and this Sunday nominated for 2 Golden Globes. Good luck on that.
Thank you, but Meryl's going to win, and I'm going to take her down. When she walks up there, you're going to see my heel come off, and I'm going to...
By the way, speaking of heel, that's a nice heel.
This heel
that is a very nice
is
heel.
going to take Meryl Streep, but she's going to feel no pain when she hits the ground after I fling that at her.
Those big parts, you know, those Meryl Streep parts. And I know that all the women are in the same boat, saying, well, gee, I would like to have a chance to put on a red wig and stand in a black cape at the end of a pier.
And as I was talking to them, somebody is pulling on my hand, and I hear, "Melissa, Melissa." And I turned around. She goes, "Hi, I'm Meryl." And I literally, like, my brain snapped in two. And then I really didn't know what to say, so I just kept going, "Oh, my God, you're Meryl Streep. Oh, my God, you're Meryl Streep." And then she said, you know, she was chatting like a normal human being. And I said, "Oh, my God, I'm so sorry. I thought over the years so many things, if I ever got to meet you and what I would say, this is not it." And she goes, "Oh, my God, don't even worry about it." And then for some reason, I felt the need to bookend it and repeat, "Oh, my God, you're Meryl Streep."
Unbelievable guests on the show, too.
Well, yeah, I mean, Meryl Streep is really unbelievable.
It doesn't get any better than that.
I know.
How do you get Meryl Streep to do your show?
Well, I, you know, ran into her at, you know, a Vassar thing, and she said, "Oh, I like that web therapy show you do."
Wow.
I was like, "What? You do? You've seen it, you know, you do?" She says, "Yeah, how does it work? What do you do?" And I told her, "That sounds fun." And anyone who says it sounds fun, I say, "Great, you want to do it?" And she said, "Sure, I'd love to." I was like, "You understand I'm really going to get in touch with you and really try to schedule it." She said, "Great, I hope you do." And she did it. I mean, she did it.
Wow.
She came up with a character, and she showed up, and she was unbelievably good.
We have a clip from that particular episode.
Yeah. So.
What do people have? No, now this is not. You're not interviewing Meryl Streep. You're interviewing a character that she's playing.
Right. She's playing a gay conversion therapist.
Okay.
What is it like working with Meryl Streep, though? She's such an icon. Mm-hmm. It must have been amazing to say yes. I've worked with her.
Yeah. Improvise with her.
First of all, you're just in awe that it's her. Then she makes you get over that quickly because she's just really generous and you know, she's very warm. And then you're in awe because she's brilliant. And, I mean, there's nothing she can't do, I'm convinced. Nothing. Now, she's improvising these lines that are hilarious. I mean, she's better than, like, how many writers?
Who does she play? Because one episode aired with her, and then 3 more are coming.
One more.
Oh, 1 more is coming.
Tonight, yeah. That's her final 2.
Who is she?
She's a gay conversion therapist.
Then you see with the Meryl Streeps and the Madonnas.
Do you really think so?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Imagine. It only took me 20 years to get there. Imagine that.
If you had made you wish you were Meryl Streep?
I can't wish I were Meryl Streep, no, because I'm having much more fun than I think Meryl Streep has. Really, she has to...
Didn't she have fun?
Well, as you know, she has to play the sort of tight-lipped ladies. And it doesn't look like it's a lot of laughs to me. Does it look like it's like a lot of laughs to you? I mean, she's always very... And she has to learn a new accent every time she opens her mouth, you know. I mean, my God. And she has to study for 6 months before she gets to set her foot on the stage, so... I mean, can you imagine? She probably wakes up with the earphone in her head, you know, still in her ear. I don't know how she does it.
Madonna, though, I mean,
She doesn't study at all. She just goes to the hairdresser.
How How does she speak of you, old Mom?
Actually, I think she probably likes me. I've never met her really, but I think she likes a good laugh. I actually have heard that she's a very funny performer herself. And when she was at Yale, she was actually the queen of the drama school because she could do anything that was classical. She was apparently very funny in classical comedy, and that's not easy to be.
What about you?
You know, once again, not to make you guys feel uncomfortable, but they all have first-class trailers. You know, you're in a double banger, you know. And, you know, you're working, my scenes are with Meryl Streep. I love you, Meryl.
Yeah.
I mean, I love you, Meryl. But, you know, it's, you know, one of the first rehearsals, John was saying, okay, I have an idea for your scene. You guys are going to be strolling. You're going to get to a courtyard. You're going to be talking. And then you're going to sit on a bench. I don't know if you remember this.
Yeah, I remember that.
You're going to sit on the bench. But I can't decide how I want you guys to sit. I may put two benches together, side by side. You sit here, Meryl. You sit there, Viola. Or we could do it like this. We can have it L-shaped. So what do you guys think? Now, for me, I'm thinking, you're asking me, and you're asking freaking Meryl Streep.
So what'd you say, Meryl?
But the thing about it is what she said, and then they all looked at me to give the first answer. But the way Meryl looked at me was, Viola. I said, well, I think I like the side by side. That's what I like. And she said, are you sure? I was like, oh. She said, because I like the L shape better.
I did not.
You did.
I did not. I didn't want benches. I'm just saying this right away. When the benches came in, I said, what are we doing? Well, we don't want benches.
I got rid of the bench. I got rid of the bench.
Sit down when this gets hot. You're going to sit down? What? I said no benches.
Yeah.
But that's why I wanted her to
Seemed
talk.
like a good
because
idea at the time.
I thought I'd be polite
Yeah.
and hold back.
Yeah.
For once.